Today I'm breaking down 3 penny stocks and the $1 that Wall Street's top analysts rate as buy or strong buy, with price targets showing potential upside in the hundreds of percent if things go right. Stay with me to the end because the last stock combines life-saving tech with one of the biggest medical trends of this decade. We're not here to chase hype or gamble on random tickers. We're going to look at what these businesses do, why analysts like them, and what risks you need to understand before you put $1 into any of them. If you're serious about building wealth, hit subscribe and tap like. We're building a community of investors who look past the headlines and focus on real business fundamentals. The 3 companies we'll cover today are all under $1 per share. They are all in healthcare and biotech, which is a volatile space. They are often ignored by big mutual funds and too small for many Wall Street firms. That is where opportunity can live if you do the work and control your risk. Each stock we cover has 2 things in common: a very low share price and a moderate buy rating from analysts with price targets far above today's levels. That does not mean they are sure things. It does mean smart people see potential value that the market may be missing. Let's start with stock number 1, Skye Bioscience, ticker SKYE, trading around 70 cents per share. On the surface, Skye is just another tiny drug developer, but if you look closer, the story is more focused than it seems. Skye is a clinical stage pharmaceutical company based in San Diego. They work with cannabinoid-based molecules. That means they use compounds related to cannabis, but in a controlled drug-like way, not in a consumer way. Their main focus is on eye diseases. Their lead product candidate is called SBI 100. It targets glaucoma and ocular hypertension. These are conditions where pressure in the eye is too high. Over time, that pressure can damage the optic nerve and cause vision loss or even blindness. Glaucoma is a huge global market. Millions of people live with it. Many patients use eye drops every day. Doctors always look for better options that lower pressure, last longer, or cause fewer side effects. If Skye's SBI 100 proves to be safe and effective, even a small slice of that market could be meaningful for a company with a market cap around $23 million. Skye is not just a one-drug story either. They are also working on SBI 200. This candidate is aimed at a range of eye diseases. That includes uveitis, which is inflammation inside the eye. It includes dry eye syndrome, a very common condition. It also targets more serious problems like macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy, both of which can cause severe vision loss. They also have a license agreement with the University of Mississippi, which gives them access to research and intellectual property they might not develop alone. The company used to be called Emerald Bioscience and rebranded to Skye Bioscience in 2021. That shift often signals a refreshed focus and new direction. Now, let's look at what analysts think. Skye has a market cap of about $23.4 million. The average analyst rating is moderate buy. The consensus price target is $9.80. That implies upside of more than 1,000% from a 70-cent share price. That number will get a lot of people excited. But you must remember, this is biotech. Analysts are modeling success that has not yet happened. If SBI 100 or SBI 200 fail in trials, the stock can drop hard. So what is the business owner way to think about it? You're not buying earnings today. You're buying a pipeline and a shot of future cash flow. If one of their eye drugs succeeds and reaches the market, Skye could move from a tiny developer to a real commercial company with recurring revenue. If not, they may dilute shareholders or struggle to survive. The main catalysts are clinical trial readouts, updates from regulators, and any partnerships with bigger pharma companies. For someone who understands at risk and only uses a small part of their portfolio, Skye can be a speculative way to bet on new treatments in ophthalmology. Now, let's move to stock number 2, Phemosys, ticker FEMY, trading around 40 cents per share. Phemosys is a biomedical company focused on women's healthcare. This is a sector with huge unmet needs and often underfunded innovation. That alone makes it interesting. Phemosys develops both therapeutic and diagnostic solutions. In simple terms, they build tools and devices that help doctors diagnose and treat conditions in women's reproductive health. They already have some products on the market. One is FemView, a saline air device that helps doctors look at the fallopian tubes. It's a contrast-generating product used in infertility evaluations. It is sold in the United States, Canada, Japan, and Hong Kong. Having a commercial product means there is at least some revenue and feedback from real clinical use. Another product is FemCath, a corneal balloon catheter. This is a single-use device for selective evaluation of each fallopian tube. It allows doctors to direct contrast into one tube at a time. That can be useful for more accurate diagnosis of infertility issues. They also offer FemServe, a biopsy device for endocervical curettage. In plain language, it helps sample cervical cells and tissue in a controlled way, while keeping the sample contained to reduce contamination. These are not flashy consumer brands, but they solve real problems for reproductive endocrinologists and OB/GYN doctors. Femicese also has a pipeline. They are working on permanent birth control solutions like FemBlock and FemCheck. Permanent birth control is a big deal. Many women want a non-surgical option. If Femicese can deliver a safe, effective solution, demand could be strong. They are also developing Femicide, an artificial insemination solution. This product aims to give a more controlled, possibly more accessible approach to helping couples with infertility. Another candidate is FemiMB, designed for endometrial sampling to help detect uterine cancer. Early detection in cancer is critical, so any device that makes sampling easier and safer can have real value. Femicide has a market cap of about $24.1 million. Like Skye, analysts rate it moderate buy. The consensus price target is $5.50. That implies about 12 times upside versus the current 40-cent share price. Again, this is potential, not a promise. The company targets a clear niche: infertility diagnostics, permanent birth control, and cancer-related sampling tools. They sell directly to reproductive endocrinologists, OB/GYNs, and women's health organizations. If they can grow adoption of their existing products while moving pipeline devices through regulatory approval, revenue could scale from a very small base. The main catalysts here are regulatory approvals, reimbursement decisions by insurers, and adoption by key clinics. Operational efficiency at this stage is less about margins and more about cash burn and how long their funding runway lasts. As an investor, you want to watch how often they need to raise capital and at what price. A low share price means dilution can be painful. From a business owner mindset, FEMY is a bet on a focused portfolio of women's health tools. The risk is high because of size and stage, but the addressable markets are large, and the company already has products in use, not just ideas on paper. For someone who believes women's health will attract more attention and capital in the coming years, Femicide can be an interesting speculative piece. Now let's turn to stock number 3, InflaRx, ticker IFRX, trading just under $1, around 97 cents at the time of this recording. InflaRx is a clinical stage biopharma company based in Germany, focused on a very specific part of the immune system, C5a. C5a is an inflammatory mediator. Think of it as a signal inside your immune system that can drive inflammation. When it is overactive, it can play a role in many autoimmune and inflammatory diseases. If you can safely block C5a, you may be able to treat a wide range of serious conditions. InflaRx's lead product is vilobelimab. It's a first-in-class anti-C5a monoclonal antibody delivered by IV. In simple language, it's a lab-built antibody that binds to C5a and blocks its activity. This drug has already completed a phase 3 clinical trial for hidradenitis suppurativa. That is a rare, chronic, and very painful inflammatory skin disease. Patients get deep nodules and abscesses. It greatly impacts quality of life, and current treatments are often not enough. Vilobelimab is also in phase 2 for anti-neutrophil cytoplasm antibody-associated vasculitis. That is a rare, life-threatening autoimmune disease that affects small blood vessels. Another phase 2 study is running in pyoderma gangrenosum, another severe inflammatory skin disorder. On top of that, vilobelimab is being tested for PD-1 as PD-11 inhibitor-resistant or refractory cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma. That sounds complex, but it simply means skin cancer that is not responding to the current wave of immunotherapy drugs. If vilobelimab helps here, it could be used in combination with existing cancer treatments. InflaRx is not a one-drug company either. They are working on INF904, an oral small molecule drug candidate. The goal is to treat chronic inflammatory and autoimmune diseases with a pill, not just an IV infusion. They also have IF5-SEZO2 in preclinical development for chronic inflammation and autoimmune diseases. And they developed Gohibic, which is vilobelimab branded for treatment of severe COVID-19 and broader acute respiratory distress syndrome, or ARDS, that shows a very wide range of use cases tied to the same core technology. From a numbers view, InflaRx has a market cap of about $70 million. Analysts rate it moderate buy with a consensus price target of $6.17. That's over 5 times the current price. The company also has a co-development agreement with Beijing Deaf and Grey Biotechnology, and they have a clinical trial collaboration and supply agreement with Merck, a major pharma company. Those partnerships don't guarantee success, but they do validate the science to some degree. Let's zoom out and wrap this up. We looked at 3 penny stocks under $1, Skye Bioscience in eye diseases using cannabinoids, Famouses in women's reproductive health devices, and InflaRx in immune system inflammation and autoimmune diseases. All 3 share a few traits. They are tiny, they are risky, they are ignored by many big investors, and they all have analyst ratings that suggest major upside if things go right. The way to approach these is simple. First, never bet rent money on penny stocks. Second, think like a business owner. Ask, what problem does this company solve? Who pays them? What stage are they in? How long can their cash last? Third, be patient. The market is a voting machine in the short term, but a weighing machine in the long term. It will eventually weigh the true value of their products, not the current hype or fear. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend who's curious about penny stocks. Drop a comment with the ticker you want me to analyze next. Invest wisely, stay focused on what matters, and I'll see you in the next one.